I finally decided we have to put up some kind of screening or netting, something that's a little taller that's going to give me some privacy, especially out my back door here in the morning, because when I come out to let the dogs out, everyone can see completely into my yard, and I just really don't like that. I don't need something that's totally going to be opaque, but I want something that is going to actually blur any visual view of me at the door and in our backspace here. So let me show you. So we have this this is a DIY fence. They're not expensive. You can do it yourself. We did not want to pay to put up a fence by a professional. We did not need that. We were using it to basically contain our dogs so they could get out to the backyard. And I put this screening in front of it. So now what we've decided to do is extend the height of it taller, and this is how those brackets that I bought and the poles look now that we've adhered them to our metal fence. It's making it much more secure. It won't wobble back and forth. We alternated it, so this one was in the front of the fence, this one is in the back of the fence, and we bought some reed fencing that we're going to put up. The reed fencing I bought from Home Depot. It's 6 feet tall, it's 16 feet long, and it was by Vigoro, and it was $30 for the package. So these are the reed fence packages, just so you can see the full effect of them. Yes, they're just natural finish, but they do help provide some kind of privacy. And actually we're double layering it. We're putting one in the front of the fence and on the back of the fence. I always do front and back because none of these screens that they make for these fences are totally opaque. So this is what the post looks like before you put it into the ground. And as you can see, it has a fin at the bottom, and we're just adding this. It's a rubber coated or plastic coated metal stake. The stake is 6 feet tall, and the large green stake is only 4 feet tall. That one's made of metal entirely, and it has a fin at the bottom, so it stakes into the ground really good. These metal stakes come in various sizes. They came in 3, 4, or 6 foot sizes, and these plastic coated metal stakes also come in different sizes. They came in 5, 6, and 7 foot, so you can get whatever size you need. To make the job even easier, we used metal zip ties, and we bought a special tool that actually crimps it so it tightens it, and then you can clip off the end quickly. So that's something you might want to consider, because the rubber twist ties or zip ties actually do break based on the weather conditions. We have very extreme cold, very extreme heat here in Kansas, so it might be something you want to consider changing out, because I do not want to have to change these out, since I'm going to be putting a reed fence on this side as well as this side, and this is going to be sandwiched in the middle. So this is how the end panel looked that we finished up. I think I may actually even put another one over it. This one seems to be a little bit more see-through, but overall, this came out pretty nice. I think it's pretty good for what our purpose was, to maintain some privacy, especially at the back door over here. So this area here is definitely now more hidden. We went to Harbor Freight. We bought a 72-foot solar rope light. It is a warm white, and it has the solar post. And what we want to do is string it up on here, the reed fence, just to give it a little ambiance. They show a back picture of how it looks if you're going to use it along a walkway, and all the description. So it turns on at dusks, it has 8 adjustable lighting modes, it has a waterproof sleeve, a high quality solar panel, and includes ground spike and mounting hardware, and it is up to 24 hours or light on for 6 hours with the charge, and it does a warm white of 2700 kelvins. Well, I can tell you the test worked. My string lights did charge, and I'm going to be able to string them up on the fence. So I'm going outside to see how the lights look, because during the day I could not see how they looked strung up. So this is basically 72 feet of lights. This is a 6-foot fence, and this is how much it covered. It didn't cover that much, but it covered the area that we would be sitting. And I can adjust the little V's, but I wanted to make sure that I had enough to do at least the 6 full stations. And these lights you can alternate with different modes. You can do flashing and twinkling and so forth, but I'm just going to leave them on as steady. I'm going to transplant these 2 heuchera plants, because this one is too close to the fence line, around into my front garden. And I bought some additional ones to supplement as well. I started to prepare the bed for transplanting the 2 heucheras and the 3 additional ones I bought. And I found a lot of roots and tree little feeders, because there used to be a tree on the front property over here, and it may be even extending still from my other tree or from my neighbor's tree. So to finish my garden project, I went back to Menards and I got these 6 little mini roses in that color, and they go to minus 30 degrees, and they need to be spaced a good distance so they'll fill up the space in the front. I'm going to put 3 on each side to finish the front yard. Well, I finished all the transplanting, and I added the little rose bushes in the corners of my yard. So let me just show you the finished product right now. I got my 3 little tiny mini rose bushes in. The heucheras are in. These have a little bit of transplant shock, but they will come back. I have no fear about them. They're pretty sturdy, the heucheras. And here is the additional little rose bushes I put in over here. That'll work out fine. And I don't know if you've seen a previous video, I took out this rubber trim that was around the corner, and I made a nice big trench there so water will just drip into there. It was just making a big mess along the walkway. But here is the fence. Now I triple-sided this part here because this was facing the road, and I really didn't want anybody seeing me when I come out in the morning, let the dogs out. But this is the finished product of how the fence looks. It looked really good. It took about a day and a half. It was a couple of $100s. It's definitely a DIY project, but I will say that you do need to have something sturdy to attach it to. So I had my small DIY metal fence that I attached it to, and it's worked out great. I have a fairly good sized yard for a small house, and now I have some privacy. So I wanted to tell you, I've had the fence up for a couple of weeks already, and it's holding up really good. It's held up against the wind as well. But I will tell you, it is sheer. It's not opaque. I had to double layer it. And I like the fact that I double layered it, because I can take one panel off in the front or the back and then replace it as need be. Overall, for a DIY project, I thought it was worth my time and money. It cost me about $250, and it took me about a day and a half to put it up. So the reed fence was a good alternative to me going forward and trying to hire somebody out to do a fence for me just for this little area here. If you like this video, give it a like, a share, thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you next time on Big City Girls, Small City Living. Bye.